Okay, we're back.
We're back?
Yes.
Just like that.
Yes.
I said, don't worry, Vic. I'll take charge.
I got this.
It'll be fine. The one thing that I want to say about Koji Igarashi,
Yes.
the guy is so tall. Everybody always says to me, Johnny, like, what size are you? I'm like, I'm 5'9", nearly 5'10", or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's the tallest Japanese guy I have ever seen in my life. He's huge, right?
He is. He's a
big guy, very big guy.
I'm just watching our reaction, our dead-eyed stare.
It's like called dead space on the radio. You ever want dead air?
That is the beauty of live, man.
Who cares?
This is awesome.
Not a big deal.
Okay, so it was the 1 year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch over the weekend, and Nintendo sent out some stuff. There's some cool contests that Nintendo Canada was running where you could win all the amiibo, and I tweeted about it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which is nuts.
Like
all
everyone,
of them, every single
from
one.
the very first,
143
from Villager up,
all of them. Which is crazy. I don't know if that's still going.
I think I would turn them down. I'm like, I don't want your disease, man. I was already addicted to this.
I will take them all and a new apartment to put them in.
Yeah, it's like people offering, hey, please take free heroin. It's like, no.
But the Switch celebrated 1 year, and I thought Johnny just did this fantastic video on Happy Console Gamer. You guys should all watch it, where he talked about his feelings and impressions of the Nintendo Switch. I thought this would be a nice way for us to kind of rally together.
Yeah.
Because I think the launch of this machine is so intrinsically tied to us getting to know each other and hang out, right?
Yeah, it was just around that time.
Yes.
We saw the commercial, and we were all like, wow, look at this commercial. Look what we can do with this thing.
Yeah.
And then you got the launch unit early.
Yeah, I've been working and playing with Nintendo for many, many years, and they said, we've got your Switch for you.
Do you know how many people are so jealous? Because I remember taking a picture of me and you holding it, and everybody on my Instagram was losing their minds. Everyone was hyped for this machine, right?
Yeah, well, not initially, and myself included. And
you were hyped?
I was hyped.
Oh, you coming off the Wii U? You kind of that'd be a Wii U too.
Here was my thought on the Switch when I saw all of the stuff attached to it. I thought, nobody does that with iOS. Like I always got made fun of when I would bring a controller with my iPad, because I've been doing that for years. The M5 controller, even before M5. And I thought, are people going to really want a tablet that they're going to have to slide in and attach all of these little extra things? And won't you lose this? And won't you lose? But when you get it, and actually it was the event that they had in Toronto, which was the best event that Nintendo Canada has ever put together. And it was wonderful. It was like a mini E3, got to play everything, got some real hands-on time. I was blown away by the machine, and then I was super hyped. But up until that time, even the January video launch that went around, I was like, okay, the games look kind of cool, and I was very hyped to play Zelda, but Zelda was also a Wii U game. But man, when you sat down and played with these things, and you played with the Joy-Con, and they had like this airplane set up where I was testing Mario Kart as if I were on an airplane, it really became something
But did you,
incredible.
were you not so hyped because of the Wii U? Kind of wasn't that big of a huge success?
I think it was just not necessarily, I wasn't like, I'm excited about all the new things that come out down the pipe, but I was like, I wasn't going to let myself get, carried away and super enthused until I actually got my hands on it. And the Wii U, I think, was a bit of a, not necessarily, I think they had some great software.
The games are great, but the tablet was a little bit iffy. It didn't last very long. My wife would be playing it, it'd be dead in a couple hours.
And it didn't sell, and that made a huge difference. Like people just weren't talking about it. It didn't sell. It didn't matter to most people out there, and that unfortunately infects how you feel about the machine as well, even if it has good solid.
But it's interesting. I think Nintendo was kind of like Sega coming after the Dream. Coming after the Sega 32X and the Saturn.
Yes.
And they kind of burned their britches with the crowd out there, and everybody's like, I'm not buying another Dream, and I'm not buying a Dreamcast. I'm not supporting Sega. I don't trust them. And I think a lot of people were having that attitude with Nintendo. Yeah. I don't really trust them. And then all of a sudden you start playing the Switch, and all of a sudden it kind of sucks you in. And over the whole year, wow. Well, I'm not kidding you. It was an amazing year.
It was. And it comes down to the software and their aggressive stance, not only with their own first-party lineup, but also working with independent developers, which I think are a huge part of the ingredient of the success of the Switch. Yeah. And indies are everywhere, so it's not like they own access to these games.
I know.
But the Switch is an amazing game for these indie escapes.
Yes.
It's a great machine for that.
Yes.
Because they're bite-sized by nature, a big chunk of them, and having a machine that you carry with you and you play a little bit on a train.
And I think people are sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
It's like every time I do a review, I'm like, I love it because it's portable.
Yes.
But
That's part of it.
It is, and
Yes.
it is a huge component.
Yes.
In fact, in my kind of review of the year, I kept saying, be able to take like Zelda into a forest, and everybody's like, "Why would you go into a forest? Why would you say that?" I'm like, "Well, I'm just trying to state it."
But you can.
You can, and in the summer, I did.
Yeah, well, and honestly, that has always been a dream of mine. I've been a portable game player forever, and Nintendo sort of introduced us to that idea with the Game Boy. I've always carried portable game systems around, always, and now you can have that same experience and bring it everywhere. But there were games like SteamWorld Dig, which I'm showing a little bit of right now. SteamWorld Dig 2 and the first one are both available on the Switch right now. Absolutely outstanding gameplay. It's similar to and familiar to anybody that's played any kind of Metroidvania, but it just was a perfect fit. It was a great home for this
I haven't
machine.
played this game, but it looks amazing.
It's incredible. It's like fusing Dig Dug with a little Metroid and some funny, witty dialogue and cool characters and awesome power-ups and cool little mystery, great mystery,
great stuff.
Absolutely.
And it's funny though. I got to come back though. When we started the year, like in 2000, we didn't think that Zelda was going to be your favorite game. The Breath of the Wild was going to be your favorite game of all time.
Yes.
And my favorite game of all time. We didn't know that when he got the unit, and you were playing it, and I was coming over in the middle of the day. I felt like a kid knocking on the door, saying, "Can I play Breath of the Wild?"
It was awesome.
You'd let me in, and I would play that game. You'd be working on a video, and I was like, "This is amazing." And then I picked up my own copy. I was like, "This is really amazing."
Well, what the Breath of the Wild really proved is that you could pretty much throw almost anything at this system, and it's going to be able to handle it. And I think that we kept playing game after game with that moment of, oh, this is going to creak or grind to a halt, and it's not going to be...
It did. Remember, the frame rate would die on the thing. It would go... But they fixed it. They fixed it, I think, about a month after launch.
Yeah.
And so that was nice. So now I don't have anything to complain about. That was my only thing to complain about when Link would be running in the forest and the grass and just go...
Sometimes,
Great. It broke a lot on me.
Yeah, I was okay with it. But it was, still, incredibly...
It's fixed now, but it was a problem at launch.
But also an incredibly robust launch title. And then after that, it was a bunch of other titles that we would play.
I thought 1-2 Switch was your game of the year.
That is the game that we don't speak of.
Yeah, that's the game we don't talk anymore. In my review, I'm like, 1-2 Switch. We had high hopes, and it was 1-2 Switch.
That was a little bit of the Wii shovelware kind of mentality.
But I love the cow milking game. I'm still playing that game every day.
Yeah,
every day.
It's good to keep things moving, right?
That was a disappointment for sure.
Doom, I think, was maybe one of the games where it was okay, put up or shut up with this thing, and it is a hardware kind of hit. It's not as good.
On your console, it doesn't look good, but
on portable, it looks amazing.
Great. Yeah, shut down, it looks great.
Just the idea that you've got a game that's this gory and this fast that you can run around with. But again, it was just like, okay, what game is not going to be able to handle, or what game are they going to put out that won't be able to run properly on this?
Yeah.
And when you run a game that's as sophisticated and complex and fast as this on the Switch, it's like, well, I guess you can do a lot of damn things,
yeah,
right?
for sure. You're gonna have a dip in some of the frame rate and stuff like that, but that's expected. Right, I'm expecting that.
Well, you can forgive it for it because it is that. It's
sure. In the sense, I can forgive it when I'm in portable mode.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm playing Doom on portable. This is great.
but
the Vita's really good too.
The Vita was good. Yes.
The Vita is still good.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing that the Vita got wrong, though, is that it wasn't really a PS3 and it wasn't really a PS4.
The problem was...
we all wanted that.
We all wanted that, yeah.
And the fact that, you could take Zelda everywhere and Mario Odyssey everywhere. I wanted to show a little Skyrim there. Where do I have it? Right here.
There you go.
This was a big part of the Nintendo Switch kind of reveal, because this is obviously such a beloved game and it's massive and it's open world. Mm-hmm. And again, you're taking a bit of a visual sort of hit comparative to the best that's out. There's a definitive edition. You can run this in 4K everywhere.
This was from the commercial. This was the guy sitting on the plane playing Skyrim, and that was like, wow, you can do that?
Yes.
And that was really exciting. This is what sold me on as well.
Yeah.
And then there's like, no, we don't know if this is coming on the machine.
And then they throw in a Link version of the main character.
Pretty neat, yeah.
Which was really rad, right?
Novelty, but fun.
And I think all of those things sort of coupled together kind of showed off that this was a machine that maybe didn't have all of the horsepower of the other ones out there, but it had so many pluses for it. And then Nintendo did a smart thing with not only releasing Super Mario Odyssey, which was excellent, Zelda excellent, Mario Kart 8 excellent, port, ARMS, loved ARMS.
We bring up ARMS here. Let's have a chat about ARMS, because I'll be honest with you, I thought ARMS, when I first saw it, was going to be one of those, like Wii U games, like just one of those budget titles that you download on your machine.
Yep.
It's going to be crud.
Yeah.
I really thought that. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, wow, this is
And you and I played this together online
Well,
together.
no, I was playing it. You were losing. I remember that was happening.
It was going back and forth.
I remember
we were both
throwing you through pillars over and over again.
The only thing that sucked about that experience, it actually was fun for us playing that together, but we had to Skype on separate machines.
Right.
We didn't have the online thing going through. Like, we couldn't hear each other, see each other through the game itself. We had to have our phones.
We had FaceTime going on, and that worked.
But that was amazing.
That worked, I know.
Because when I kicked your ass, I could see the disappointment in your eyes.
The Switch has been a year of disappointment for Vic in the losing department.
You did kill me in
Pokken tournament. And ARMS, and in Mario Kart.
I got you in ARMS.
And in Mario Kart.
I think clearly we need a rematch of that. We'll be playing a little bit of Rocket League in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm scared, actually. That could be a little bit ridiculous.
But Street Fighter, you crushed me in that.
Oh, Street Fighter is a non-issue. Yeah,
but then,
it's a non-issue for me with you.
I was going to show Rayman Legends as well, which was another phenomenal, forgotten game already. That's the thing, right? There's already been so many. There are buried treasures on the Switch.
Oh, how can it be in the first year?
It's been a year, and there's so much software that's so good. And again, this is better on other machines, or people have talked about there being even more content, even though this is called a definitive edition, on other platforms. But you can't walk around with fidelity like that.
That's what I'm talking. I always so sick of saying it, but it is the truth.
The Vita is great though too, and there was a Vita version of this one as well.
Right.
Oh, rest in peace, Vita. But the other game was the Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which also
really. I'm not sounding like a hater, but I love the aesthetics. I love the characters.
Yeah.
It wasn't my style of game at all. I enjoyed it. I remember I kind of gave it like a 7 out of 10, and people were like, oh my God. But John, it's like XCOM. I'm like, I haven't even played XCOM.
Yeah.
It's like, I haven't played everything.
Yeah.
But look at the characters. It's beautiful. It's really, really nice looking stuff. But it wasn't for me. You really liked it.
I love this game. Yeah, because it does offer a level of complexity that's sort of disguised by its cutesiness.
Yeah, it's just it's a strategy game.
Yeah, and you take your time, and you put the right combination of weird characters out there with the right armament, and it's so fun. And it is accessible and cute. My kid, that's the other thing too, is so many of these experiences I was able to share with my child. And Ruby watched me play Legend of Zelda from start to finish.
Oh yeah, she was really into it when I come over. I remember she'd always be ranting and raving about it.
And she was recounting different parts of the thing, and she was entertained and engaged again and again and again. And I think that also played into my enjoyment of the machine overall.
And Splatoon was really good as well.
Splatoon was incredible as well,
I had little cousins that were always telling me to play it. They played the first one. I'll play it.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the gyroscope controls.
Me neither.
And then all of a sudden I got the Pro Controller and I started playing, and I was like, yes, this is the way I want to play it.
Yeah,
this is a personal preference.
This is a game, though, too, like we were talking about. Like, I've been dying to get back to this and sort of get into the community. And I know I watched in your video, there are people that have played 1,000 hours.
1,000 hours on my friends list.
And I know, I mean, like I see Bill Trinan, who we both know from Nintendo. He's always playing this game.
Is he still?
Always, yeah. He's always online.
So we got all the cheat codes going on, all the mods going on.
Yeah, it's super. Yeah. I mean, I guess this is a Nintendo fan's version of Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Overwatch on the Switch at E3.
Yeah.
Running pretty well.
There's a Nintendo Direct tomorrow.
Right.
At 2 o'clock our time.
We might see something.
I'm hoping for an Animal Crossing. But
this was another revelation within its first year. Dragon Quest Builders, I remember playing this on the PlayStation 4, loving it. Played it with Ruby.
Oh,
she
did she
flipped
like it?
out. She couldn't believe that we could build things. This was a much easier sort of craft and build thing for her to wrap her head around than Minecraft, which looked so... I mean, Minecraft's amazing, but it's so esoteric. It's so weird when you put in all of these characters that she can see are these cartoon creations. She loved it. She thought this was sensational.
Well, my wife,
Yeah.
Kim, she loved this game. I mean, and all she talks about now is when's the second one coming out? When's
Yeah,
the
it's out soon. It'll be on Switch too.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it on Switch as well?
Yep.
Is that 100% confirmed?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's coming to everything. But I remember playing the PlayStation 4 game going, God, I would love this on the Switch.
Yeah.
And then I did.
It works really well.
And I find myself thinking that a lot. It's like, I love this game, especially if it's a kind of an indie game, but I would prefer to play it on the Switch so I can pick up and play everywhere.
I wish they were on every system so we could all pick and choose how we want to play it.
Yes.
So I can say, okay, hardware-wise,
Yeah.
I want it on PS4 Pro or Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Because I want the optimal performance. Or I really want it as a portable game. I'll take a bit of a hit and take it portable. That's great too.
This is a game that I've just been getting into. It's called Celeste. I've got my review coming, so I'm not going to spoil it too much, but I played a little bit on EP Live the other day. And it's another one of these sensational fits. It's another indie game, and it's out on everything. But it just
looks like Super Meat Boy.
A little bit, yeah. This is made by the guy that made Towerfall and some other folks. And again, it's another one of these games that just seems to sing on the Switch. Suffice to say, I think this is the strongest launch of any console in history.
That's unbelievable.
Right? And
a Mario, a Zelda in the first year, a Mario Kart, Xenoblade Chronicles X in the first year.
Yeah. All these indies that they've worked out reasonable deals with so that they're attracted to. And every time you go into the eShop, I don't know if this is true for you, but every time, aren't you astounded by how many games are already there? There are too many.
I actually have so many companies
we can't keep up.
I have
with
so
all
many
of these.
companies that get emails saying, "Hey, can we send you this game to review?" And I'm just like, I can't even. There's so much.
Yeah.
But that's good though. It's a positive thing.
It's the inverse of what happened on the Wii U.
I do have a big question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think? We're in the second year of the Nintendo Switch. What do you think this is going to be like? Are you looking forward to it? It's not as powerful as that first year, though.
I don't know if they can. I mean, tomorrow might be an indicator, and it'll be interesting to talk about that in the rundown tomorrow. But they got a lot of heat now to figure it out. Labo is coming. It's Labo, right? Is it Labo?
Nintendo Labo,
yeah. The cardboard sort of games.
Yeah, we'll get you the whole bodysuit.
I'm gonna try it. Absolutely, I'm totally. I can't wait, and I know I can't wait to sort of play that with Ruby as well. But they've got that and a lot of mysteries. They've got Kirby coming out, and they've got Donkey Kong coming out, and we know that Metroid's on the way.
Yeah, Metroid whenever.
Yes.
Pokemon's supposed to come out whenever.
And Animal Crossing. Like all of these brands have been intimated and
Fire
whispered.
Emblem eventually. Yeah.
But we don't know what's next, and we also don't know what the sort of portable plans are for the 3DS. It's still selling really strong. That's the other thing too. Is like there's a lot of 3DS experiences that I almost wish I could take that exact game and just put it on this bigger screen.
Yeah,
It's but they're different too. Like I just had the Brian from Image and Form send me a code for Steam SteamWorld Dig 2 for the 3DS, and he said that he prefers playing it on the 3DS because that's where the SteamWorld Dig 1 really had its most success. It was ported to other machines, but they scaled to that system, to the 3DS.
So he's happy with that version of the
and he says I prefer playing that game when I'm in bed to the Switch because the Switch is even a little bit.
I think the 3DS is still amazing. The backlog on all the games you can still play is great, but I think Nintendo's ramping it down now.
I think they are, and I feel like this is a good horse to bet on with the Switch. Yeah. Right? Like
it's working for them now.
Yeah, clearly everybody wants this machine. It's still selling like hotcakes. There is so much software to enjoy on this machine.
And think about the future, the Switch XL. Not this year, as you covered actually on the rundown a little bit ago, but we're going to see the Switch XL and more powerful versions of it going forward.
Do you want to score the launch year, the first? I don't know if we've ever done this before. Do you want to score?
When the next one?
No, like
out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10. What would you give it?
This is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd actually give it a 10.
Me too.
I said nuts, and I'm not just saying that because it's Nintendo. Like, it was a really good year.
Yes.
Every month there's like another huge game coming out.
I know. Yeah, it's phenomenal. We know we sound like the Nintendo hype channel right now, but
I know. That's what I said.
Yeah.
This is not sponsored by Nintendo. Like, I I've enjoyed their games. Last year it was great.
They really have crushed it. However, they put that together because clearly they did not have that machine together with the Wii U line. They did not have any of these pieces working.
I think
and then boom, they got it all working.
In their hearts, they did though. In their hearts, they did. But we got the best year. Zelda, Mario, wow.
So good.
So good.
And I think we have yet to see what the influence and the success of this machine really means.
Yeah.
And we will by June of this year. We're about to see, because it's been quiet, like the news hasn't been huge. Tomorrow, I think the noise starts happening. F-Zero Original Masters
That would be fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you guys want to see on the Nintendo Switch?
Let's talk about that when we're playing in our Let's Play and chat. But right now, we've got a Reviews on the Run segment for you. This is Gotham by Gaslight.